Knowledge is extremely important for us. We must study what is known as Fard Ain. You have fiqh, Islamic law. Then you have Aqidah. Then you have Tasawwuf. These three are extremely important for us to learn. Fiqh, Islamic law. Number 2, Aqidah, Islamic beliefs. Number 3, Tasawwuf, spirituality. These are all three are Fard. And they have levels of Fard Ain. Fiqh. I'm creating a syllabus for you right now. Fiqh. What fiqh? Fiqh is divided into ibadat, worship. What's the first category? Worship. Second category, social law. Third category, halal and haram. To make it easy for you. What's the first category of Islamic law? Worship. What is it? Worship. Second category is social law. What is it? Social law. Third category is halal and haram. What in technical, in the ilm, it's called al-hadhr wal-ibaha. These are three. So you have a subject called fiqh. Now this subject is divided into sub-subjects. The first one is called worship, ibadat. Second one is called social law, mu'amalat. The third one is called halal and haram. I'm calling it halal and haram. It's called hadhr wal-ibaha. There's a fourth one, but that's for ulama. It's called siyasat, politics. Now these are three subjects within fiqh that everybody needs to study. In the first one, what's the first one? Ibadat. I'm a teacher more than a lecturer. So if at the end of this gathering you go back and you haven't learned much from the gathering, then I've not done my job. Okay? So the first is called, is this recorded? Okay, so you can make your notes afterwards then. Okay, the first is ibadat. What's in ibadat? Tahara, purification. Salah, namaz. Saum, fasting. Zakat, the charity, and hajj. These five. These five are all within ibadat. Tahara, saum, salah, zakat, and hajj. Purification, your prayer, your fasting, your zakat, and your hajj. To have knowledge of the rules of these five is fard upon all of you individually. What are you going to do in namaz? You say Allahu Akbar and you're in the first rakat, second rakat, you don't know which rakat you're in. You need to have ilm now. What are you going to do in your namaz? Just stand there. You can take your phone out in namaz and call Imam Sahab. It's fard ain, you have to know this yourself. So there are 5 topics within the subject of laws of worship. There are 5 topics within the subject of laws of worship. That's worship. What was after worship? Muamalat, social law. Okay, in social law, you need to learn 3 things which are fard. 3 things which are fard. Number 1, laws of sale, which in Arabic is called bay. Laws of sale, there's a level of bay knowledge which is fard upon you. You have to know this. I'll give you one example. You know you got a friend and your friend's selling you a phone. So you take the phone from your friend and you say, how much is this? Your friend says, you know, how much you want to give? You know, how much you want to give? This is called saman majhul. For 2 Muslims to make a transaction where the amount is majhul, unknown, is makruh tahrimi, close to haram, both Muslims will be gunagar. You know, out of adab, sometimes with the ulama, out of adab, somebody will say, Imam Sahab, koi nahi, jitna marzi tu san diyo. Nahi make Imam Sahab gunagar. Both, when 2 Muslims do this is impermissible. So when you buy an item or you take a service, the amount needs to be clear, because this will avoid problems afterwards. What will happen afterwards? To the face you said jitna marzi, and they gave you jitna marzi, and afterwards you're upset. So this will avoid this problem and issue. So that's one example. So in social law, the first are laws of sale. Not all of them, you don't have to learn all of them. I've taught this before. It takes 2-3 lessons to teach the main laws of sale. The second is very, very important, nikah. Laws of nikah are very important. The third is talaq, laws of talaq. More important than laws of nikah. People will come to Imam Sahib, problem, I gave my wife 3 divorces. What do you want me to do? You gave 3 divorces to your wife, but I was angry. Of course you're angry, who's happy? Who gets chocolate and flowers and say, I'm chocolate flowers that talaq nal. Of course you are angry. If we learn the laws of talaq, 90% of the talaqs that happen in our community would not even happen. Shall I tell you something? I'm going to cause a problem now for Imam Sahib, because you're all going to come to Imam Sahib now. 1 talaq is a talaq. 2 talaqs are also a talaq. And 3 talaqs are a talaq. People think ek talaq is not a talaq. It's a talaq. 2 is also a talaq. 3 is a talaq. But each one of them have different rules. Each one of them have different rules. Inshallah, this whole next week, Imam Sahib is going to have talaq questions. But it's important. So there are 3 topics within the subject of social laws. What were the 3 topics? Sale, nikah, and talaq. This is fard for you to learn. This is fard for you to learn. If you do not even know, I was in a masjid once, a sister called and she said, my nikah is done, but I don't even know if it's done. What do you mean? Because I was with Imam Sahib and he didn't ask me Kabul hai. I don't know if it's done. I said, usually the man says Kabul hai in our South Asian, the way we do the nikahs. So you don't worry about it, it should be fine. She explained everything to me. And I said, that's fine, don't worry, it's perfectly fine. So in social law, these are 3. Sales, nikah and talaq rules. And what was the third one? Halal and haram. This is one of my favorite chapters, the last one. So I've given you 3 subjects, each subject has topics. This whole syllabus, mashallah. The third one is halal and haram. What's that? In technical language, it's called hadar and ibaha. That's to do with clothes. Which clothes are halal and haram? That's to do with food. Which type of foods are halal and haram? That's to do with adab, etiquettes. That's to do with parda, the laws of parda. This is where the laws of parda come in. This is where the laws of food come in. This is where the laws of clothing comes in. All the adab. Okay, so that was the first category called fiqh. And I'm going to finish there because, mashallah, I've taken up a lot of your time. The second category was aqidah. The third category is tasawwuf. There's fard knowledge for you. You have to study this. You're probably thinking, why have I not studied this before? Study it now and then teach it to your children. You know, we have in our Dars-e-Nizami a book called Quduri, which is studied in year 3. Do you know in Baghdad, when this was written by Imam Quduri, in the madrasas in Baghdad, primary school children would study Quduri Sharif. Kids who are 9, 10, 11 years old, they would study this book. So you study these sciences and then teach these sciences to your children. This is the manhaj, this is the way of Ghaus-e Azam radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Ilm, knowledge. With this knowledge, the faizan of Ghaus-e Azam spread throughout the 4 corners of the globe. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us true understanding of the ta'limat and the teaching of Ghaus-e Azam. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep all of us and our awlad and our lineage until the last of them within the Ahl Sunnat. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen, ya Rabb as-samawati wal ardeen, walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.